Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity, then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind, and set intention to communicate. It is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So, I'm going to talk a little bit on how misinformation will be abolished as you are progressing on the way to collective self-realization. Okay, so let's get right into this. So yesterday I talked about self-education being the truest education, or the truest education is self realization, or looking within yourself, or being taught by self. Okay, and I talked about avoiding institutions because this is part of a control system, and this is part of a system of slavery, and this is also part of ignorance in some ways. Okay, um, and that looking towards yourself as a universal being, and teaching yourself from higher self, basically throughout your life experientially, which is also truth, is the best way to educate yourself. Okay, even over institution. um, but it's all up to the individual as well. It's whatever works best for you. Um, but you can't really rely on belief systems all the time. You got to experience. This is the highest truth. Okay, over belief, because belief systems can leave you confused. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about a little bit of this and the progression of it along that way, or along that path, as you start to teach yourself. Once again, you can then start generating a knowledge. Okay, you can start connecting with the gnosis more, right? You can start coming into self-realization, because this is coming into the gnosis, or the knowledge, which is also power. Knowledge is power. This is how you're able to empower yourself through the knowledge of the universe. Okay, so you start teaching yourself, and everybody can connect to this process of teaching yourself as well. It's not it's not specialized to any particular person, or it's not for one type of person. This is something that everybody can access for free. Okay, this is the best thing about it. You can access this for free, and at any time and any space. Okay, and it allows for the pinnacle of wealth, which is beyond any type of modern day currency. Okay, because this is a timeless currency, and it allows you to live eternally, because the self-realization process in itself is attaining to eternal life. Okay, and once you're on that path of self-education, then you are able to pull in that knowledge, which this knowledge is the gnosis. This is what everybody is coming into when they're connecting to the collective conscious. Okay, because the collective conscious is pretty much the collective conscious and unconscious can be called God, right? And whenever you're in connection with God, you are holy, you're holistic, you have reconciled the opposites within yourself. This is also needed, but you'll be taught this as you start to teach yourself. Okay, and it doesn't. You don't even have to be taught like objectively to yourself as an individual. It can be a subjective teaching from the universe, from your higher self. You know, it can be taught to you in many different ways. It can be taught to you through different people. It can be taught to you through the environment. It can be taught to you through yourself if you want to self-reflect on it, which it is going to take a lot of self-reflection as well. Um, but you start to come into the gnosis. You start connecting with the collective consciousness, and everybody who is also on the same road of on the same path to self-realization and and enlightenment, I want to say, because it is very much enlightenment. Uh, Education is pretty much light of mind. So everybody we all take a different path towards our enlightenment, our self-realization. Um, but it all brings us to the same place. Okay, this is collective consciousness. We are coming to connect with the collective consciousness, collective unconsciousness, and we are integrating the collective unconsciousness into the collective consciousness for expansion of consciousness universally, so we can all come into a universal consciousness together. And this is the expansion of consciousness. Okay, so all on this road, all misinformation will naturally be dissolved away or abolished. Okay, and by this I mean that when you're teaching yourself, there's going to be a lot of misinformation, especially in the age of information. There's most definitely a lot of misinformation just because of the uprise of information is so extreme. We're pulling information from all throughout the universe, and everybody is doing this at hyper speeds all the time, subconsciously, and we're all working together on that Godhead level to put all of the knowledges that we are gathering throughout the universe together so that we can reach a planetary unification, you know. And some people are coming into, a lot of people are already in consciousness of this. Some people are coming into consciousness of this, and people are still unaware of it. But we're all doing this, okay? Because we're all one organism. And what you want is you want to make this process conscious. Um, but when you're teaching yourself to be able to realize this, to make it conscious, a lot of the knowledge that comes to you is going to be misinformation. And this misinformation is nothing to worry about because it's going to rule itself out of your life as you continue on the journey. And the truth is going to be able to remain because it's all there is. Truth is all that exists. Lies don't actually exist. Misinformation doesn't actually exist. It rules itself out because it doesn't exist. It's not a truth. It's like lies don't ever hold up. They are always burned away, and all that remains at that point is the truth, because the truth is all that exists. Lies don't exist because they're lies. You're telling something that never happened experientially, you know. So experience is truth. When you experience something firsthand, that is truthful, but when you lie about something happening, it doesn't exist. So it doesn't hold up in the reality. It doesn't hold up in space-time. So it inevitably falls away. Okay, and a lot of lies that have been that have been established or have tried to establish and used for control are already dissolving away. And this is what Revelations is all about. It's a dissolving way of things that have been wrongly placed, kind of like misinformation, but after everything kind of falls away, all that remains is that one source or the one truth, you know. So everybody, and at that point, naturally comes into connection with it once again. So you don't ever have to worry about misinformation or even hindrances or impediments to your spiritual growth or your self-education, because everything that is of a hindrance or is of a limitation is inevitably going to fall away as you continue on the path of self-realization or enlightenment. Uh, it's just that these are posing an illusory threat or challenge so that there can be a minuscule drama, so it doesn't get so boring for the Godhead to continue into eternity, and infinity. Uh, so inevitably, you're gonna keep spiraling into the knowledge, and you're gonna keep evolving. Uh, and this is for everybody, or this is for the one. Okay. Uh, so once again, you don't have to worry about any hindrances or limitations or even misinformation, because what is not truth will not hold up in the space-time or in reality, because it isn't a truth. All right, it's like burning yourself in the gnosis to rise as rises the truth, or burning in the fire of self-discovery to burn away everything that you thought you were to be, but was just conceptual illusion, and what is left is the truth, which is who you actually are. Okay, so it's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.